Okay, we had a client. Okay, you're not even going to believe this. You don't even know this story. Okay, we won his deportation case about 5 years ago, back in 2003, 2004. He was being held by immigration on a mandatory detention. So after we won his deportation case before the judge, immigration refused to release him and actually appealed our winning cancellation of removal application. And on appeal, the Board of Immigration Appeals overturned the judge's decision and said because he had multiple marijuana convictions, he was considered an aggravated felon. And we appealed, and he still stayed in jail. And he was very upset about that, and nothing we can do about it. And we appealed it all the way into federal court. And in federal court, they said that the Board of Immigration Appeals is out of their cotton-picking minds for all intensive purposes, and remanded it, which is basically sent it back to the Board of Immigration Appeals to make a better decision. When the Board of Immigration Appeals made a better decision, it was kind of like two heads butting. They made their same decision again, and we had to appeal it back into federal court. Now, this guy, unfortunately, was sitting in jail for about 2 years while all of this is happening, and we're basically winning at every stage, but immigration wasn't releasing him. Then one morning, on a Monday morning, we come into our office, and we find out that immigration...
Welcome. Goodbye.
Stay with me, sir.
That immigration deported the man back to Jamaica. And we're getting calls from his family, hysterical. My husband, my brother, my this, my that was deported back to Jamaica. And they wrongfully deported him back to Jamaica because his case was still on appeal, and we were actually winning all the appeals.
Right.
So we get on the phone with immigration, and they say, well, you know what? You're right. We deported him wrongfully. We will bring him back, but if we bring him back, he's going to sit in jail. So we agreed, and speaking to the gentleman down in Jamaica and the family, that, you know what, better to be a free man in Jamaica than a jailbird sitting in America. And we also agreed with the government that if we were to eventually prevail on his appeal, that they would bring him back with his green card.
Right.
Guess what?
He's coming back with
He's coming back with his green card after he was deported wrongfully. And this was going on.
Amazing story.
I mean, when do you ever hear somebody actually gets deported for multiple drug convictions and wrongfully actually deported, where we win almost every appeal?
Right.
And now finally, we've won our second federal appeal on this case. And this has been going on for 5 years. He's been back in Jamaica for about 2.5 years, unfortunately. He sat in jail, unfortunately, for 2 years. And it turns out that the judge was right originally, who gave him his waiver, who said he was not an aggravated felon.
So him being deported was a blessing in disguise because he had his freedom.
He got his freedom, and now he's able to come back with his green card. So it all kind of works out in the end.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
But isn't that amazing?
It is amazing.
Because I'm going to tell you something. I generally tell people, once you're deported, you ain't coming back. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the first time that I've ever heard anywhere that I know of, and including my office or anybody else's office, where somebody actually got deported and now we were successful and they're coming back.
Is the United States government going to pay for his flight back?
Well,
they really should.
They really should pay for it.
They should pay for it.
Okay, but the first step is that we got to organize for him to go to the U.S. Embassy and pick up a new green card and come back.
And then you can enforce them paying for his trip to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn right, because they wrongfully deported him.
That's right.
Okay.